Okay, so the nice thing about knowing I'm going to turn this inside out is that as long as my stitches are close and tight, then it really, like you can see, it doesn't necessarily matter how much, what they look like. One thing to pay attention to is like that they line up here, because when you flip it over, if like some come in further and some aren't as far in, then you're going to get some weird puckering. But honestly, for these, a little personality is fine. So one thing I do want to show you is when you get to the end of this thread, don't go much shorter than this, because you have to tie it off. So I'm going to make one more stitch, and then I'm going to leave this loop here, and then I'm going to take my needle and just put it through the loop, and then that makes a knot. You can even do it twice if you feel like it's not tight enough. You can always also put a little bit of glue there to hold the stitch in. So, but still tie it. So now I have threads on this side from when I started and threads on that side when I ended. If you run out of thread earlier, you just start another one. And then you're going to turn this right side out. And you're going to see how much smaller it really is. So, and again, like you can see my purple threads because I use purple on this tan. So this is a little loose. I'm just going to pull that. And then you can really and actually, having the stitching, it looks sort of like a doll, So then I have my face that would have been here, and then this part I can add this to a body, or always having a little extra is good when you aren't sure. Like if the body was going to be this shape, I can attach the two together. Now for these types of heads, if you want to stuff them, then you can stuff the inside and leave like enough room for your finger. So this is like the head of a little finger puppet. And I'll show you this in class too, this actual example, but I wanted to post a video for the people who weren't in class today too. So there's that. And then this was the one where I did the stitching around it. The nice thing about not knotting the end of your thread, the other reason I forgot to say in class, is if you are working on this and you make a mistake, you don't have a knot at the end, so you can actually pull the stitches out. So we can work on that too. I started to stitch this a different way. In class, I showed you a few different things. Now this one, although it's kind of large, I can still use. If you're doing outside stitching, my recommendation is to stitch it a little further in and then trim off the edge. So lots of possibilities. And then if I want to make more than one, I have can you just keep reusing this little pattern that I made.